Well, the real estate market is in its peak season. Buyer interest is high and homes are selling. Yeah, at least some of them are. And the sellers are sometimes playing a game of tug-a-war with the buyers. Some are going to win, some are going to lose. To let you know how you make sure you're a winner, real estate expert Denny Grimes is in with us this morning. This is a constant battle, and I guess in a hot market, it's just even stronger, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the age-old battle of the haggle going on between buyers and sellers, and who wins the tug-of-war contest. It's usually the one that's the strongest, that has the most muscle. It's the same in real estate. The winner of the buyer or seller depends on who has the most market muscle, and market muscle is inventory, because home values rise and fall on inventory.
Right.
So some sellers are winning, and some are losing, and then we have the ones in the middle. The next slide I brought basically shows the three battlegrounds for the buyers and sellers, and that's going to be, if you look at the low end, this is Lee County. You have to move the scale around a little bit for Collier County, but under $250,000, it's the sellers are muscle bound because they basically have, there's a little bit to sell and a lot of buyers. Then you got the upper end where there's a few buyers and a few buyers and a lot of sellers. So the buyers have the upper end. What I want to talk about this morning is the middle ground, and that's that area where it's definitely, each one has some strength, and it's like the middle inventory. And so what's happening is we have sellers out there that are getting multiple showings. You just mentioned about one of your neighbors had 9 showings in a day. I have sellers that have 50, 60, 70 showings on the property.
Wow.
You should have an offer after 10. So when a seller has that many showings and no offers, basically they're standing firm trying to pull a buyer to them, because they think the market's going to be better than it really is. Buyers, on the other hand, are not that confident. Now, who's going to win that battle? Probably if they're getting that kind of activity and if they don't have to sell, sellers will eventually win because the market will catch up to their expectations sooner or later. And if you're living in a home and you're not motivated, that's fine. But if you have a home that's vacant, you have to capitulate, because you're never going to recoup the cost of paying for an empty home.
Yeah, that's not everybody. Some folks need to sell, want to sell, have to sell.
Yeah, some people are just plain stubborn. And we had an email yesterday from one of our sellers that decided they want to, in the same category. Now they want to raise their price even further, and the reason is because spring break's here.
Right. Season.
Well, season's been here. This is spring break, and I have not known anyone who comes down to a spring break that has anything other than beer money. So there is nothing statistically saying that homes sell for more money in the season, or specifically more money in March. But sellers in that price range, if they're getting a lot of activity and they can afford to wait, sooner or later, I think the market will come to them. If they're not getting the activity, it means they're too high. They're going to have to, give up some rope to the buyers.
Yeah, do the little give and take there and sell the house if you need to. You want to mention real quick that Market Watch is coming up next week, your 15th.
News Press Market Watch 15th annual presentation at Harborside. If you want information, just email me, denny@dennygrimes.com. It may be sold out. May be able to pull a few tickets.
All right, it's always a good way to know where the market's going. Thanks, Denny. We appreciate it. We're right back. Top stories, weather, and traffic will be after this.